Hi, this is Chris Hart, business consultant and author of Bob, the Business Operations Blueprint. You're about to view a clip from the Bob Goals and Objectives chapter. We will be discussing the powerful effect of documenting your goals and objectives so that they can guide the daily activities of every team member in your organization. As you see on the Bob model here, the goals and objectives are up in his upper pectoral region there. And we're going to talk about goals and objectives, what use they are to our organization, how powerful they can be. But as we go through every element of Bob, we're going to talk about how the different components relate to each other. So let's go ahead and dive in here and let's talk about why have goals and objectives in the first place. Whenever I go in and start working with a client, every one of them says, oh, I've definitely got goals and objectives. And I say, well, do you have them written down or are they posted anywhere? No, they're on my head. And I said, well, do you think your team understands what those goals and objectives that you have are? Oh, I'm sure they pretty well know what I want around here. Well, as you, I'm sure, have experienced, and as you could probably guess, that's usually not the case. So what we want to do is we want to document these, and we want them to be guiding principles that help us accomplish specific things. The goals and objectives define what your organization will become. In other words, we don't want to be the same tomorrow as we are today. And very importantly is they determine a timeline for the things that you need to do. Instead of just like, well, you know, one day we're going to get around to opening another branch. Well, we all know how that goes. Often one day never comes. The goals and objectives also define a target for all team members to aim toward. And they give all of the participants a sense of direction, a vision of where they're heading. And this is very important. This is when people are informed and they have ownership of what the process is, then they're always more productive. So a happy team is a very productive team, and we want to inform our team, and we want to look organized. We want to be organized. We want to have a clearly defined direction on where we're going with our organization. Now, another important point here on this next bullet is goals and objectives allow a team to know that they were successful in an action or a project. Perhaps you've been on a project like I have, and we work really hard, and the deadline comes and we finish, and then you just, move on to the next project or the next emergency, and you never really have any criteria for deciding if you were successful or not, or if we accomplished what we meant to. We know it's a lot of hard work, but did we hit the nail on the head on that one, or did we miss? And then once you know if you were successful or not, goals and objectives can help you to specify rewards for your leaders. And we know when they have rewards out there, when the carrot's on the stick, people can become highly motivated and want to go the extra mile for you. Oftentimes, goals and objectives are used interchangeably. Well, they're two completely different things with very overlapping scopes. So let's go to the dictionary here and get a really good definition on goal and objective. A goal is the end result or achievement toward which effort is directed. And as we know from our sports, it's the finish line of a race, or in football where you're taking the ball to. Now, an objective is a specific statement of a desired short-term condition or achievement. This includes measurable end results to be accomplished by specific teams or individuals within time limits. So the goal is where we're going towards, and the objective is a very specific set of directives to get us there. Okay, what's the difference between a goal and an objective? Well, goals are very broad. They state general intentions. They're intangible. They're abstract. And we craft them this way on purpose because, as you can already see where I'm going with this, goals are much like our vision statements. And they're not able to be validated, stated as they are, and that's by design. It's where we want to be. Objectives, on the other hand, are very closely tied to our mission statement. Objectives are narrow, precise, tangible, concrete. They are able to be validated through measurement, and it's the precise steps that we need
to get there. I really like this quote down here at the bottom. It says, goals are the treasure at the top of the stairway, and objectives are the stairs. Whenever you're trying to remember the difference, goal, the first part of it is go. Just go. It doesn't say when you go, how you have to. It's just go. An objective, think about an object, an actual finite item that you can touch and see. Our goals describe statements of major activity. They give us a general direction of where an organization wants to go. Now, organization, remember, that can be your entire company, or perhaps you're a department or a division in an organization. And it's longer term. It's desired state within 2 to 3 years. See, objectives are going to be usually 1 year or less. And that means they fit really nicely into budgets and financial plans because objectives usually happen within a year. Here's some examples of goals. These are ones that I've heard and worked with different clients on. To develop an e-commerce website that generates more income than our salespeople. To virtually eliminate all customer service complaints. This could be a goal of a customer service department. I've worked with several clients that had this next bullet point, to have a productive team that enjoys working together. Again, the goal isn't saying what that looks like or how you're going to accomplish it. Is, oh man, that's just a goal that we wish we had, because right now they are not productive, they're attacking each other, they're not working well together, so that's a goal that we have. I'm working with one client, and they're a startup, and they've successfully opened their first branch, and they say our goal is we'd like to open some more branches within a year. Here's one that I had from my early days as a business owner, to eliminate all stress about daily cash flow. And this is one that me and my wife sat down, is that we were working hard, and I said, a goal of mine is to not have to think about cash flow the first thing when I wake up and worry about it the last thing when I go to bed. That the bills would be paid, that we would be building our net worth, and that we can focus our creative energy on growing the business. This was a goal that we had in our early days. Objectives describe very specific steps. Again, one of the things that I get the most compliments for on the Business Operations Blueprint is that, Chris, this is simple. I can understand it and I can do it. Now, we can all understand and do much more complicated things, but we all know where those end up on our priority list. The objectives, define who is going to be executing the action. And you look at what the specific activities are that will be done. Objectives define where the activity will take place and when the activity will need to be completed. They also describe how accomplishment of this objective will be measured, and that's very important. Why this objective is relative to the mission statement. So remember, objectives are tied strongly to your mission statement, where goals are tied strongly to your vision statement.
The video clip you just viewed is from one of the 12 chapters of Bob, the Business Operations Blueprint. Each Bob chapter is laid out in an easy-to-read presentation format and comes with a full set of digital files that include worksheets, registers, templates, and certificates that you will use over and over again to develop your own customized Bob. Your Business Operation Blueprint will help you run your organization more profitably, more productively, and enable you to have a whole lot more fun along the way.